Hello, everyone. This is Jeanette the Oracle. Welcome to Oracle Talks. Today's message is going to be for the Mercury in Taurus transit, which we are currently in. Yeah, I was pulled to check in on this transit for some reason. I'm not sure why, but we'll see what's going on. First, let's settle in and prepare ourselves to receive these messages. And then, of course, as we do this preparation, if there are concerns on your own heart or things that you have questions on, definitely speak those aloud or bring those to the forefront of your mind so that you also are getting out of this and receiving the messages that you really are wanting and needing to receive at this time. And of course, if there's any questions or comments that you want to share, definitely comment below. And I do check in on those and respond back. So provide any guidance or just commiserate with you, depending on the messages that come through, okay? Also, some quick announcements. If you are wanting to join me in covenant along with my other facilitators, Reverend Dr. Portia, as well as Atia, I invite you to do so. The link to join is in the description box below. Every month we have a sermon from Reverend Dr. Portia. We have affirmation audio tracks or journal prompts depending on the month from Atia. And then for me, I provide a meditation. And then also we have a live member group session once a month as well. And sometimes those are just chances for us to come together in community and talk about how things are going in our lives and get support, as well as discuss, what may have come up with the offerings from all the facilitators as well, and what use they've been, et cetera. So it's a really lovely time. And then, of course, sometimes there are, specialty channelings that I will do depending on what's coming up. So for May, the day that the live member session is happening is actually the day that Jupiter transits into Gemini. So that will actually be designated for a specialty channeling for that message so that we get that guidance for that year ahead. So everybody can make use of that. So I definitely invite you to come in. You can join at any time. And of course, you always have access to recordings from previous offerings as well, so you don't miss out on anything, okay? So I invite you to come in for that. And then the second message is the incubator, the Lightworker Incubator enrollment has now officially launched. So currently taking applications for the summer cohort of the Lightworker Incubator. We are just in the tail end finishing up for the January cohort, and it has really been a blast with them. It's been a mix of alumni who've gone through the program before who wanted a refresher course, as well as new people. So that's been lovely to have that kind of new energy as well as elder energy within the space. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the new cohort. So if this is something that you've been interested in and have been wanting to do, but maybe scheduling didn't work out for the January cohort, I invite you to come in for this one. Enrollment is open until we get right up to Cancer season. So it's going to be end of May through the first part of June before enrollment closes. So that is your time to submit your application. And that's also when we can chat and I can answer any questions that you have. When you submit your application, you have the option to book a free session with me to talk about the program for any questions that you have or just work out any logistics. So that is there for you, but all of that has to happen during the enrollment because once enrollment is closed, it is closed. All right. But yeah, I'm really excited. Please do come through. And of course, if you have any preliminary questions, please do comment below. I will definitely answer those. But yes, that is open now. So go to the website, innersunalchemy.com. And you'll see up in the navigation Lightworker Incubator. So just click on that. You'll find all the info about the program. And yeah, we can go from there. So looking forward to it. All right, so let's get into this message, shall we? How have you all been loving all the Taurus energy? I know I have. I really have been enjoying it. Definitely have been enjoying it. But let's settle in Take a few deep breaths. You can have your eyes open or closed, depending on what works best for you. Breathing deeply and slowly, purposefully, intentionally. You can have your palms up or down, depending on what your preference is. But as you are deepening your breath and being in tune with your breath, ask your higher self to bring all of you into peaceful, energetic coherence with you. So, mind, body, emotion, spirit. Make the choice to drop away any concerns about the past, anything on the to-do list at this moment, anything that's coming up, and really allow yourself to settle into this moment now, to be fully open and aware and receptive to the messages. Ask your higher self to shift your mindset and your perspective so that you can actually um, clearly understand what is coming through and perceive what is coming through and be able to accept that which is actually beneficial for you to support you on your journey at this time. We give thanks for the opportunity to come together in this time of sacred communion because we live in a world where it's so important and vital that we reinforce and reaffirm the truth of our being. It's up to us to do that. So every chance that we get to get quiet, to slow down, to listen, to inquire is precious. Because here we get to experience and receive the love, to feel and experience the community and the spirit that walks with us, our family and our team. To remember that we are not all of these identities, all of these at effect of all of these systems of oppression, but rather our spirit is free. Our spirit is whole. Our spirit is powerful. Our spirit is peace. Our spirit is love. And so I ask that our beneficial ancestors, beneficial and elevated ancestors in heaven and earth, surround us and set up protection for us. I also ask the same of our guardian angels and protectors. These neutralize, cancel, and delete any and all harmful energies, entities, spirits, thought forms, emotions, psychic cords, or attachments. Return them to sender so we may be at peace within ourselves for the sacred time. All right, so let's see what opportunities are available for us to support us in staying aligned, consciously staying aligned. We're always on our path, but when I speak about alignment, it's really about those specific desires that we have and making sure that we are showing up and making the most use of what is available to us um, to have an even fuller experience of what we want. Drinking some matcha latte. Hope you're enjoying something yummy too. So with this, we have about 3 weeks of this transit, the Mercury and Taurus. But you may also be somebody that has natal Mercury and Taurus, or you may be having a lot of aspects to this. So it's going to depend on your astrological natal chart. I also encourage you, if you have not already, check out the previous Oracle talks where I was getting channel messages for the sun's conjunction with Uranus and Jupiter. If I remember, I'll link it below, but if for some reason I forget, if you actually just go to the Oracle Talks playlist on my YouTube channel, you'll see it there. And it's specifically Sun conjunct Uranus and Jupiter in the title, so it'll be easy to find. There was a lot of specific action steps, tactics to take for a variety of areas of your life. I think it'll be very fruitful and useful for you as it relates to, again, achieving your desires, your goals, etc. But let's see what Mercury has to say, because all this energy, regardless, is still in the sign of Taurus, but let's see what comes through. I'm just waiting on one more card, and then we will continue. So cards are, I'm going to be expanding this, but I'll show you the initial one. So we have Ace of Wands. So this is what is arising. This is what is emerging for us to pay attention to and take action on. So Ace of Wands for that. And then Knight of Pentacles. This is the action or the tactic approach to take in regards to the Ace of Wands. King of Swords is the past. So relatively recent past. It's not like, previous weeks. This might be a few months. And then the strategy to keep in mind, or the thing to keep in mind as we take the actions, is the Eight of Swords. Okay. And then here in the center right now is the Four of Wands. But this is the divine, this is the divine spirit, or the aspect of spirit that is showing up, the aspect of the divine that's showing up. For me, for Four of Wands, this directly relates to the soul itself. So it's our own spirit that is guiding us in this regard. But let's talk about things first before I expand. Okay, so Ace of Wands. Okay, so the word that's coming through is opportunity. Normally, I don't associate that with the wands, because I think of opportunity as more pentacles. So it's like a practical thing that opens up, but it's coming through for here. So I'm going to be obedient and relay that message. So Ace of Wands is an opportunity that is presenting and is available. Opportunity is different than an offer, right? So opportunity relates to potentiality, or even like an option that's available to us, right? Because it's a message for all of us. Um, yeah, it's kind of like there is a door open for a particular opportunity. So with the Knight of Pentacles as the action to take, the tactic to approach that, it is the slowest moving knight, but it is also the most successful because they understand the landscape. They understand that the importance of discipline, being methodical, taking your time and not skipping steps, etc., to those things. Um, and it's also, I mean, the knights are literally cards about action, but this is also relaying to that framework we have around luck of being opportunity plus preparation, giving this idea of luck. There's no luck energy, at least right now, with the cards that are present. We'll see when I expand. But this is the preparation energy, and it's an active preparation. So there is an opportunity to get what we want, right? So he has the pentacle, which I was talking about earlier. Like I think of pentacles as like actual, um, as actual opportunity. But the door is open for that. So take the actions methodically, consistently, etc., that you need to take in order to um, line up with the opportunity that is available. Now, in the past energy, we have the King of Swords. So there should be clarity about this. There should be objectivity about this. So for some of you, maybe all, this may be an affirmation to say, keep going, keep moving forward, right? You might need to hear that right now because you might feel like, oh, I've gotten to a certain level of progress or success, etc., with achieving this goal that I have, or realizing this desire that I have. Um, but this Ace of Wands is saying there is more available. This also can relate to learning because it's swords, this is communication, this is writing, all those things that you would associate with the air energy is there. So this is the past. So this is definitely what you are locked and loaded with, so to speak. But yeah, still keep going, right? Now this eight of swords here in the kind of strategy keep in mind as you do the action is interesting because the Eight of Swords in general talks about how we can imprison ourselves with our own thinking, with our own belief systems. But it's on us. It's not actually an external thing. So we do have to watch where we may get in our own way and sabotage our ability to do this Knight of Pentacles. So if you find that you're getting too in your head, if you are jumping ahead, trying to skip steps or speed through steps. If you are, going back in your mind about how it didn't work before or whatever experience you've had in the past and trying to positive, negative, or neutral, trying to project that onto whatever this new opportunity is, like all of that stuff has to be kept in check and you stay on top of the actions that you need to take, which again should be very clear. I'm not getting a sense of confusion here. So at least not yet. We'll see with the rest of the cards, but yeah, that's a thing to be mindful of. And then again, with the Four of Wands here, representing your soul, your spirit, this is saying you're on the right path, right? This is exactly what you need to be doing, the direction you need to be going in, the actions, the tactics you need to be taking. Like, yes, okay. And the meeting of the mind, so to speak, the joining in whatever the opportunity is, will be there. So let's expand this. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. I'm about to say that again. This is the Nine of Pentacles in the very, very recent past. So this might have been in just the past like 2 to 3 weeks. So I like this because this is success energy, but it's also confidence, feeling grounded in self, accomplishment, taking care of self, having appropriate boundaries, being self-sufficient, all those things. So really, really beautiful energy. And this is a Venus energy, and this is a Mars energy. So really balanced, and I like that. This is another balanced energy for Wands, so that's really beautiful. Also, I want to note that there's already like an increase of yellow energy. So again, personal power and confidence and possibly motivation showing up. Then we have the Six of Swords. So this is going to be more deep past. So this is what, and this might have been like a year or two out prior. So that is leaving a situation, or it can just refer to a period of transition, of pivoting out of one into another. Okay. It's interesting, all these swords, but again, we're in Mercury, so there's that. Then we have the King of Cups. So this is our second king. Kings represent structure and form and discipline and being methodical, etc. So I like that this is actually showing up. King of Cups, this is representing what we are already strong in, like those qualities, those tactics, that mindset, what have you. So this is emotional maturity. This is clarity of intuition and listening to it. This is being balanced between heart and mind, all those good things. So I like to see that as well. Now, we are showing up, though, as a Three of Swords. So, given how positive all of these cards are in terms of, what we're bringing to the table and how our own spirit is showing up, I'm actually taking this in the version of having a really mature perspective about life, about what it is that you're dealing with, and how you kind of have to show up. Because, the Three of Swords talks about heartbreak, and it's a heartbreak because something didn't work out, right? Or it's a heartbreak because there might have been lies or betrayal or what have you. And so it's like, you have that experience, you heal, and then you start to see more clearly what actually had been going on. And even though it was harsh, on some level, if this is showing up, it means that something actually was not really aligned or beneficial for both parties. Because you might have been the one that caused the separation, person, place, or thing, right? It doesn't have to be romance or whatever, but yeah, anybody could have initiated that split, um, if it relates to something other than self. Um, but in this context, this is feeling like and seeming to be what I'm picking up about the perception or the idea of the world, of your place in it, and how you need to show up. So that kind of, what's the word? I guess illusion or delusion has dissipated, and now there's clarity. And then in the external world, okay, what's in the environment around this is the Two of Wands. So again, these options. Again, these options. It's interesting. I like this imagery. Both of these people are holding essentially an earth element. It's pentacles, this is the globe, in their hands. And they are both seeking their match. So this is working in tandem. Again, whatever the match is, this person is representing whatever the opportunity is. So maybe new relationship, maybe you're trying for a child, Maybe it's the start of a new friendship, a new job, business opportunity, like health breakthrough, whatever it is, right? Whatever is coming up for you in your own personal life. Um, there is, again, the other party, the other opportunity that is also looking for who that resonant match is going to be. Now, in the spread, they are actually facing away from one another. I think I had them facing like this, but they are facing away from one another. So, and if you look to try and show all these cards, so the knight is down here in the valley, right? This person is up here on the castle looking out, essentially waiting to be notified that something is there for them. And in this opportunity, this Ace of Wands, you see that castle there in the distance. And the Wands is saying, hey, go in the direction of that, right? So, like, the door is open, a path is cleared for you, for us to get there. Stay on the path, stay in that Knight of Pentacles energy. Now, here in the center, so this is, tying everything together, is a Ten of Swords, which is funny because I was actually thinking about the Ten of Swords when that Eight of Swords came out. So it's interesting that it's here. But Ten of Swords just talk about an ending. And anytime you have an ending, specifically, you are transitioning to something new, right? You see all that yellow creeping up in there. The sun is rising, the clouds are departing. One second. Let's see if there's anything else in here I want to point out before we go a little deeper. Okay, so one of the things that I actually find interesting in this right now is that, well, two things. One, there is a hidden Seven of Wands here, and Seven of Wands is a victory card, just like the Six of Wands. But the seven talks about maintaining the victory, right? But so success is inherent in this process. If you need that information, if you need that affirmation, I should say, that is there. But also, another thing I noticed with this is there's not really, for the most part, a lot of low numbered minor arcana. Yeah, like with all there's actually a significant amount of court cards here. And for the most part, the lower level ones are like past energy. Everything else like is court card really for us. So that means we're in the latter third part of the process of the path. Because when you get to the court cards, you've completed the bulk of the work and are already kind of like sitting pretty. So this is like the refining and finishing part of the process. It is still just as important because you still have to graduate from the court cards to the major arcana. But the fact that we're in the court cards right now, this is the last third. So again, keep checking, keep going forward. In no way, shape, or form is this giving we're at the beginning of a journey. Like this process of getting to the desire or goal or desires or goals that you have. This has been in the works for a while. we've been diligent about that. So yeah, we're almost done. We're not fully done yet, but we're almost done. So this is that time of transition. So it's interesting. It's like, is there a visual for this in here? No, there's no visual. Um, Actually, possibly here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's like an archway here that actually is a bridge. It doesn't seem to be part of the castle because yeah, that wouldn't make sense. This seems to actually look like a bridge, but I was seeing a bridge and it's like completing the that last little part of the bridge to get to the shore and have um, a way for travel to be happening back and forth. Because when we sync up with other, whether person, place, or thing, um, what happens is we create an opportunity for energy to flow between, right? Services, love, communication, play, money, what have you. It's an exchange. So it's like the building of the bridge with other so that that flow can actually happen. So this is the last part of that. We're working on the third part. Really interesting. Okay. That might actually be the message. So I'm hearing as well with this a reminder that the Knight of Pentacles represents the Virgo energy because we are obviously talking about Mercury. Um, Mercury rules both Gemini and Taurus, but the Virgo energy specifically is coming through, and it might just because we're in an Earth sign right now for Mercury, or just in general, the qualities of that archetype are important. Whatever, but those Virgo qualities are what you actually really want to tap into. So the difference between that Virgo versus Taurus is Virgo is going to be more detailed about the work. It's going to focus on depth, right? Um, this is giving root energy, whereas Taurus right now, in terms of just frameworks that spirit is giving, Taurus right now is feeling like the soil, like the earth itself that provides the nourishment, farmland, things like that, soil for the garden. Whereas uh, Virgo is feeling, at least this energy right now is feeling like the roots of a plant that are growing and uh, becoming strong, getting thick, going deeper in the soil so that the plant that is growing above the soil actually has stability, it has foundation, has strength and protection against the elements and pests and things like that, and is able to get what it needs, even if the external is not necessarily doing that. It can get it from the soil. Of course, Capricorn is mountain. Um, but yeah, I'm getting specifically the roots, not even like the entire plant. And maybe that shift in perspective may be helpful for this time, specifically during this transit, to keep focus so that you don't allow yourself to be distracted by like how pretty the flower or the plant or the vegetable looks. and are more concerned with, are the roots taking, are they healthy, are they strong, are they going deep enough, right? Like it's kind of that vibe. Um, which means, you're gonna have to play a little bit with how often you're watering and, sunlight and like all those kinds of things. Um, yeah, so there's no rush right now. Okay. If we needed to move quickly, the energy definitely would be different. But we got the Knight of Pentacles for a reason. So that reason being, we do have the time, and the time is there for us to do this more detailed work to make sure that this last third of the bridge that is connecting us and lining us up with this opportunity is strong enough for the flow. Because to come back to what, this earth energy that both these characters are holding, this is just a pentacle. This might only be like the perspective of what we think is available and open to us, but this person has a globe. So yeah, there's a lot more that is actually available. Okay. Now, for some of you, that also might be a whole separate message because you may have been going on one particular path, and an opportunity to see something bigger is coming up, and you might need to either refine the path that you're taking or include other things within the actions that you are taking. Um, Now that you have a clearer idea of what actually you want and what it looks like in the physical. Again, person, place, or thing. So take that as it resonates. Let's see if there's anything else. And if not, we'll call it a day. I'd be forgetting how quickly Mercury's messages be coming through. So I really should not be surprised. But I forget. Tis human to forget. Mm. So I'm hearing the phrase, you can't miss this. So somebody needs to hear that. You can't miss this. Whatever the Ace of Wands is, you can't miss it. I think that is it. Let me confirm before I get closing messages. We completed. We completed. Okay. So let me get closing guidance, closing messages to tie everything up, or any last insight that wants to come through. Help us on this journey. And Mercury archetypally rules over our mind, our thought processes, how we process information. Again, learning, communication, writing, all of that. So um, the support is there planetarily for you to slow down and get more detailed. And again, you have the time. We have the time. Um, so The other thing about Virgo is it's referred to as the master because it does that work. So as you engage with your tactics, with your action steps, prioritize being masterful. And if you need a reference for what that energy, that vibe is like, think of somebody who, be maybe an icon in a particular industry. Um, they might have had like a 30-year career as a painter, artist, singer, engineer, teacher, what have you. Um, how would they actually approach the work in this last third that you're on? Like what would be their perspective? What would be their intentionality? Um, that's what you want to bring. Closing guidance, please. Okay. So we have Two of Swords, the Swords card, and the Fool. There's a major arcana. So we've been having all these cards with like the swords and also this yellow sun energy. So I like that. And then bottom of the deck is a Two of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles is definitely, again, that transition energy. Not quite over into the new. And that is, confirmed by the Two of Swords because that hasn't shifted into one side either. But closing guidance. Getting distracted by this moon here because I'm like, it's flipped. Like the moon doesn't look that way. Um, that might actually be the message. Hold on. Okay. So it was pointing to what the message is. I think I've talked about this before. I can't remember. Y'all know how I am with when I'm channeling, but um, this seems to be pointing to that difference between feelings and emotions. And this is specifically highlighting the importance of paying attention to the communication of your feelings. So your feelings will tell you when you are in flow, right? Um, and inflow meaning you have, in terms of this message, you have gone to the depth that you need to go for a particular task before moving on to the next one as you head towards this opportunity, to these goals. Um, and the emotional experience will be one of peace, which is definitely this energy as well too. There is like a stillness in the emotional body, but you can look to your feelings, not your emotions, but your feelings to give you a heads up if you are someone who tends to want to move fast or skip steps or not go as deeply, because you don't like to go as slow, quote unquote, or what have you. Um, that restlessness and like agitation in the body and all of that feeling tells you that you are out of alignment because it should be feeling like peace and flow. and it very clearly communicates to you um, if you are doing what you need to be doing at a particular time. And that feeling is, excuse me, direct communication from your own intuition, your own spirit. Okay. So the emotions always move based off of whatever the stimuli is. So that stimuli can be the external environment, or it can be the stimulus of your mind sloshing the waters. Okay. Um, all of this is about what you do, though. It has nothing to do with other people. So for you, if your mind is pushing forward and sloshing the waters, you got to check in and like, oh, how do I actually feel in my body? Like, what's really going on? Did I get that shift into peace around this particular task, action, tactic, what have you? If I haven't, then I'm probably trying to speed through, or there's a little bit more depth that's available. I need to go deeper and feel that shift. Okay. So trust your feelings, trust your intuition, and your emotions should be peaceful in that regard. And then with the Fool, obviously the Fool, represents the beginning of a new path, a new journey. But what this is actually feeling like is the experience of being and living in your dreams, whatever this next set of dreams is. And it's, I know that we're talking about tasks and actions and things like that, but um, the Fool isn't at work, right? So regardless of whatever it is, the desire is, person, place, or thing, um, is really not what this is about. It's the experience where you essentially are showing up in a way that is authentic for you, and it just feels comfortable. It feels light, it feels free. It's not without its obstacles and potential danger, because he's here on the edge of a cliff. Like, life is still lifing. Um, but yeah, it's a fuller, free experience. A fuller, free experience. And again, yeah, almost there. So, all right, y'all, that is your message for Mercury and Taurus. I hope you enjoy. Please do share comments below. Please like the video, of course, and share the video with others who you think might benefit. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that you get alerted when I go live or when a new video drops. Of course, join me in Covenant if you are so inclined. And better yet, sign up to join the next cohort of the Lightwork Incubator, our summer session. I would love to see you there. Tell folks about it as well too, if they've been thinking about it and potentially having a little bit of a spiritual awakening, if you will. Definitely have them come through and see if this is something that works for them. Anyway, I love you much. Please be well, keep your spirits up, keep your mind up, keep your emotions up, take care of your body. Obviously, we are continuing to deal with a lot of stressors in our world, whether that is in our own family and friend lives, our local cities, our country, or the world. There is a lot, but there also is a lot of wonderful things as well too. So please make sure you're holding all the polarities while staying and affirming the truth of your true soul nature. Please do continue to lean on the support of your beneficial elevated ancestors, your guardian angels and protectors. You have so much support. Please don't think that you're out here alone. Please don't think that it's just you and your crew who are here affecting and intentionally helping to shift change in the world to a more equitable um, and uh, loving space for all. So we're not alone. We've never been alone. Okay. All right. Love you all so much. And God willing, I will see you next time.